Previously on Tales of Arise, the party fought Volran, who revealed himself as another sovereign with similar powers to Alphen. Alphen managed to impale Volran with his tricky swordplay, but the Red Woman stole the astral energy of the Master Cores and formed the Renas Alma, and then fled. Alright, the waterfall door here has been removed, so now I can just go to this area I missed before. Pineapple gel. Okay.
Is something going on?
Sounds like it. Kisara wants us all to meet at the castle entrance. Taking in the view again?
Yeah. Looking at the scenery helps take my mind off things.
Like what?
Being a maiden. Whether I really am a descendant of Naori. Those kinds of things.
So, are you mad at me?
For what?
I destroyed the Renas Alma. Right as you were about to get rid of your thorns forever.
Why did you destroy it?
When I saw it appear in front of me, it reminded me of what happened back on LENEGIS. And the rest was... it was all just a blur. I'm sorry.
It must have been a pretty terrible memory. Besides, we don't know that the Renas Alma actually was destroyed. For all we know, it might have disappeared with that red woman.
If so, then why are you...
It's okay. You brought me back. You got me away from Volran. That's enough for now. Let's get going. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
Shionne rejoined?
Kisara said she wanted everyone to meet at the castle entrance. Hey, Shionne.
Don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But if you come any closer, you'll only end up getting hurt.
Because of your thorns, you mean? Trust me, I've endured...
No, that's not it. You don't understand, Never mind. Sorry, just forget I said anything, okay?
If it isn't your thorns, does that mean there's something else?
It's just... It's nothing, really, okay? So you can stop asking me.
Okay. In that case, I'll see you up ahead, okay?
Seems she might know something about the Renas Alma and the thorns that we don't. Since she didn't seem too barred by the destruction of the Renas Alma. I think she knew, she says it's a possibility, but I think she already knows that the Renas Alma is still intact somehow. Yeah, it's possible the blazing sword in its current state is not enough to destroy it anyways. Plus, we saw the red woman put up a barrier. Pretty obvious it was not destroyed. I get uneasy when I'm not working all the time. Is there anything I can do to help? I've got to get this looking nice and clean. This is what they meant by them still being in their slave mindset, huh? Don't really seem to have much to talk about other than cleaning things, I guess. Yeah, pretty much the other groups that the other Dahnans that we worked with would just talk about how they plan on doing their own temporary government or something like that, or talking about how they would repurpose the Lord's palace. But here, They're not really talking about stuff like that, are they? No. Things appear to be working, I guess. He's talking about this fountain system. What is going on here? Lemon gel? I didn't realize there was a lemon gel in here. I'm already maxed out, so, but it's friendly territory, so I might as well just leave it here.
Oh, it's you two. I suppose that makes me the last one, then.
We better get a move on, or else we'll never hear the end of it from Kisara.
Right you are. A month has passed since we vanquished Volron. I would have thought that the Renans on LENEGIS would have made their move by now. Yet they still remain as silent as ever. We have no idea what happened to Volron's body, nor its whereabouts. The Red Woman also has yet to reappear, for that matter. And contrary to what I had heard, when the Renis Alma formed, not 5, but 6 elements were present, with darkness constituting the 6th and final master core. Were either of you aware of this?
You mean about the Renis Alma? Of course not.
Same. I had no idea a Darkness Master Core even existed.
What about Shionne's maiden powers?
No. That was the first I learned about that, too. Or anything about having that power.
Me too. I remember thinking the same thing.
What could it all mean, I wonder? There are so many questions with too few answers, particularly when it comes to that Red Woman and her abilities.
Were it any other ability that used astral energy, I'd say it was an astral art. But hers was different.
Speaking of astral energy, we also mustn't forget that while the other Master Cores disappeared when forming the Renis Alma, for some reason the Fire Master Core remained. It may well have been the work of your maidenly powers. Alphen, are you still able to wield the blazing sword as before?
For now, at least. That Renis Alma sucked most of the energy out of the Fire Master Core, but it still has enough for me to use the sword.
And the sword is safe inside of me for the time being.
Good. At least that's one thing we needn't concern ourselves over.
You can say that again. We have more than enough to deal with as it is. Let's go.
Hey, wait up!
Thistlym joined?
I heard we are all to meet at the castle entrance.
This is Ganya, who has a problem he needs help with. I was just about to ask him what that problem is.
All right, then. Well, tell us what's on your mind, Ganya.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Where are your rations? Did you not get yours?
I did.
Are they not enough?
No, I have enough.
Then what's the problem?
Alphen, you have to remember, these people aren't used to responding so quickly. Be slow and gentle with him.
Oh, right. I forgot. Sorry about that. So you have your rations, and it's enough food, but there's still something wrong with them. What is it exactly?
Oh, the fruit of Pelegion?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got that part.
Do your rations taste bad?
I don't know.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means he didn't even touch his rations? The hell?
I haven't eaten them, so I don't know how they taste.
Wait, if you're not eating them, then what are you doing with them?
Bringing them into the castle.
What? Why? Wait, back up. Are others doing this? Who told you to bring your rations in?
Everyone in my group is doing it. I don't know who told us to do it. They only said to bring the rations into the castle.
I'm guessing none of us told them to do it, or else we'd know, right?
I was afraid that something like this might happen. The people in this capital are slowly regaining their own wills, but not everybody is getting them back at the same rate.
Are you saying someone who got their will back sooner might be taking rations from other people? If so, that's a serious problem.
Definitely. This is something we can't ignore. We need to investigate the castle.
Companion has rejoined the party. Which companion? All of them?
It seems like the people here still tend to blindly follow any orders they're given.
It's a reflex that was quite literally beaten into them. Undoing it will take some time.
I know it's not their fault they're like that, but it's still irritating to deal with.
And we still don't really know how he even mind-controlled them to begin with. So weird.
Hey, remind me, just what exactly are we all doing here?
What do you mean? We're helping people, aren't we?
Could have fooled me. Lately it feels like everything we're doing ends up half-baked. We liberated the people of Pelegion, but their hearts and minds are no less under the yoke than the day we found them. As for Volron's cronies, we have no idea where they scampered off to.
You think I don't already know all that? We're doing everything we can, aren't we? We didn't choose to get stuck here. Sometimes you have to play the hand you're dealt. Besides, you've seen all the same things I have. You know as well as I do that deposing the lords alone won't solve all the world's problems.
Rinwell's right. We've gotten this far, haven't we? We can't just leave things unfinished now.
I guess? I mean, I didn't think we'd be singing around the campfire as soon as the wall came down, but still.
The fight isn't over just yet. At least not while LENEGIS remains a threat.
I'm just sick of all this waiting. If they're gonna invade, why don't they get a move on already?
Stop that! Don't you think we've got enough problems as it is without you tempting fate? Spot something?
Oh, no. Just wondering if I could see any armored guards.
Armored guards? You mean Volron's soldiers?
The moment we defeated their lord, all those guys bolted out of there. And not just out of the castle either. The city, too. For better or worse, it was the guards who looked after the city's Dahnans. Without them, making Pelegion half-habitable again has been one big headache.
It's not like they were on their last legs. They could have chosen to stay and fight, but instead they ran away and disappeared without a trace.
But without a lord to follow, they can't have any place to go. Unless... You don't think they went to LENEGIS, do you?
It's not completely out of the question. Though I'd say it's more likely they're biding their time somewhere, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at us.
The people here in Pelegion are nowhere near ready to defend themselves. Great. Another headache to worry about. Is it just me, or was today's dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me! We all need salt in order to survive!
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah, I remember seeing people trying to lick the rocks back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find rocks out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Miguel would often bring some back for us to use. At the time, we used it because it's all we had. But now there's something hearty about rock salt I like. Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up collecting more than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add any more to her burden.
Thanks for helping. Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this mess. Just hang on a little longer while we investigate. If I do something, will anyone get mad? If I don't do something, will anyone get mad? So in other words, Volron would probably physically and mentally abuse them in some way? I don't know. Yell at them? We were made to simply do as we were told for so long. If anyone asked questions, they were either beaten or killed. Ruling through fear, I guess. You can tell us to think about what we want to, but my mind always goes back to thinking about what I have to do instead. Please, you have to understand, I'm not used to living without orders. It feels unsettling. Nobody will kill us if we ask questions, really? But we were taught that asking questions was bad for us. I guess it was a form of Stockholm Syndrome in the end, huh? Just being happy for even the slightest bit of mercy, even if it was only temporary. Lock on you. Sad glasses. We don't have to take anyone's orders anymore. We gotta decide what to do now. We have to remember how to think for ourselves. We must have known how to do that before, so we can do it again. Every time I try to think, my body starts shaking. I don't think I can do it. It's just too much for me. We don't have to follow orders any longer, but is that an order too? It's too big. I don't know what to do. If someone could just clearly give me something to do, I could do it. I hate not doing anything. Someone, please give me something to do already. Please don't be a super strong gigant. That was so scary. Really, really scary.
Well...
What's wrong? Why are you so afraid? I heard all sorts of strange noises like crackle, roar, splish, splash, howl, whoosh, and boom, bump outside of town, and... You left the town. Never go wandering outside where it's not safe. You hear me? Easy, Renan. Well, kid, you probably spotted the Zoogle. Do you see anything when it made that crackle and roar sound? It was red, crackling and roaring. Red. Oh, I get it. He must mean he saw fire coming out of it. Fire, of course. So that would mean the splashing sound is water, and the howling sound wind, and that booming sound was you, Rinwell?
Hey!
Why's it gotta be me? Because you're always loud and booming when you're dropping lightning on me when you get mad. This little kid wouldn't know anything about that. Boom boom, you're a boom boom lady. You see what I mean? Even he agrees and he hardly knows you. If you two have had quite enough teasing me, there's a dangerous Zoogle on the loose. Are you gonna make the scary thing go away, lady? We'll see what we can do. You bet, don't worry, us grown-ups will take care of it. If you saw it outside of town, do you think he was in the Lab 2 marshlands? Wherever it is, it sounds like it's gonna be a pain. Go get him, Barky boy. Is that your nickname for me or something? Master of Nature. Sounds like a tough boss Zoogle. I was told to wait here, so here I am waiting. I'm scared. I don't know what to do with all this freedom I have now. I've been asked to take a break, but when I think about when they might need to call me back, I can't relax. You don't get it. I'm saying you need to think for yourself. Use your own head. Okay. Thistlym. Oh right, those people can return to Pelegion now, but I guess they're the closest thing we got to government officials now. I'm sorry. Forgive us. Oh good grief. I was constantly looking after these people, and it's always like this. When I fled, things hadn't gotten this bad. What could have happened to make everyone like this? I can't even imagine. But how he somehow did it to every single subject too.
Someone in trouble here.
Well, let's see what they have to say.
Please don't be a nerd, Super Zoogle.
Oh, hey!
Hey, what's up, dude?
Seriously?
Terrible opening, Law, but let's roll with it. Up? What do you mean, what is up?
Well...
Or I just mean, like, how's your work? Are you making progress? No, I'm not making progress.
Well...
Is there a problem? Yes. Is there a specific reason why your work isn't going so well? I don't have any materials. Where did you get the materials before? From the Zoogles in the castle. From the Zoogles? Jeez, it goes to show how low well-run soldiers used to stoop.
Huh?
Those forces are all gone, so how are you getting the materials, he says? I'm not, because there are no Zoogles.
That's just...
They're outside of town, you know. I suppose without any Renans left in the castle to keep them contained, the Zoogles got out on their own. So they got loose and turned to feral strays. I'm surprised they didn't wreck the city on the way out.
I guess...
But getting back to this guy, if we don't help him out, he's probably just gonna stand around not getting anything done, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely. I guess that means we better go out and find these materials he's looking for. It probably won't solve his problem forever, but it'll at least give him something to do once he has them. Reinfused fragments. Statue fragments. Wait a second, Law. When you say you got your materials from the Castle Zoogles, are you talking about this stuff by any chance? Yes, that's right. Oh, that was easy. Problem solved. Aren't you lucky? Oh. Probably worried that we won't be able to farm those Zoogles easily.
Oh?
We have to find their natural habitat. What? Thank you.
Oh, wow!
He said it all by him.
Alright!
Don't even thank us, man. Just make sure you put this stuff to good use and do a good job now, okay? Yes, I will do my best.
I wasn't expecting a thank you for that.
Maybe socializing with people is helping to jog his memory bit by bit. You did good, Law.
Thanks.
Hey, you're those liberators. Can I ask you to help me with something? You sound a lot more lively than most people around here. I am. It's all thanks to those boomies.
Well...
You mean those tiny little Zoogles? Yes, those are the ones. Every time I see one of them, I can't help but think of how freakishly cute and adorable they are. If more people could see them up close, I bet they start to feel feel better a lot faster.
Yeah.
You really think so? I mean, I guess they're pretty cute for Zoogles, I'll give you that. I know, right? The way they stare at you with those beady eyes, those little things that can chew through anything. I love everything about them.
No way.
You're crazy. Those things are scary as hell. They never shut up and they like to throw that dirty stuff at you. Urgh. It's all part of their charm. I could look at them forever and never get tired of it. So I guess that what I want to ask is, could you defeat a handful of them outside of town and bring them back here for me, pretty please? Sure, you got it.
Got it.
Sure, no problem. If we'll help the people here get better faster, we're happy to try anything. Do we really have to beat them up if you just want people to admire them? I hate to do it, but you know how naughty those boomies can get sometimes, right? It's really for the best this way. Anyway, thanks for helping. I can't wait to see what you guys bring in. Huh? What a weird quest.
Boomy! Boomy!
Heck? Are you stuck on that too?
No, really. I kind of see where they're coming from.
Are you okay with anything as long as it's round and flies?
How'd it go about the boomies?
Yeah.
It went great. We brought some back with us. They're stupid little corpses. Look great. Let me see.
No.
Whoa, there they are. Such cute little freaks you are. I still don't get it.
You did it!
Thanks a million. With these little guys, I can draw pictures of boomies and make stuffed animals that look like them. Once these things take off, I'm gonna be super famous and popular. Someone's got it all figured out. Sounds like this place is in good hands.
Really?
You really think so? Thanks for all your help. I'm gonna make boomies the mascot of this entire city. Just you wait.
Yeah.
No problem. I'll be the first in line to buy one of your stuffed animals once they're ready. Is Hoodle jealous? Fish steak recipe.
What's gotten into him?
He says instead of making a Zoogle sign, we should be making a Hoodle sign.
He's feeling threatened by a rival. Are we really gonna search through this whole castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah, you've got a point, but...
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
Very well.
Alright, you're clear. You can leave.
Well,
Huh, some of them surprised, both surprised and not surprised to see them here.
Hey.
So you guys are, so you're the guys hoarding all the rations.
Pardon me.
What are you doing? Get back to your position. Excuse me? I'll only say it one more time. Get back to your position. What's this guy's deal? Any slaves who disobey orders must be put to death. So says Lord Volron.
What the hell? Do these guys not realize who we are?
Doesn't seem that way. I must think we're just Dahnans from the town.
Whatever's going on, these are Volron soldiers. Watch yourselves.
Leave the enemy's arms to me.
No place here!
This ends now!
Here's a healing art.
I'm ready!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Arg. So wasn't that Dahnan stockpiling the rations? It was some of Volron's soldiers hiding out inside of his castle. How the heck did they still manage to hide here for so long?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether to be relieved or freaked out about it.
Hey.
What are you guys trying to accomplish here? Are you out trying to get vengeance for Volron? What's going on here? Something's weird about all this. Are you men aware that Lord Volron is no longer around?
You don't say.
These soldiers seem to think only of the orders that were given to them. Their mind is completely blank otherwise, just like the Dahnans here. Looking back on it, I did feel like those soldiers we fought here before were mindless. If that's true, then they haven't been hiding out here. They've just been going out about their business as usual. I guess so. Everyone here was Volron's slave, both Dahnans and Renans alike. That's the kind of realm he was running.
Well...
That doesn't explain why all hell didn't break loose with these guys once Volron was gone like we've seen elsewhere. A month has passed since Volron vanished. It's entirely possible things may be starting to crumble at the fringes. But the fact that they haven't, to any degree, has allowed these soldiers to carry on as though it were business as usual. Whatever the reason, we can't just let these guys keep walking around. We should bring them into the barracks for the time being. I agree, but I don't know if they're going to come quietly. We're going to have to beat the shit out of every one of them. Ahem. Listen to me carefully, men. I am Lord Dohalim Ilkaras. I have an order for you. Lord Dohalim, but sir, we serve.
Well?
Lord Volron has left this realm and is no longer its ruler. Therefore, in accordance with Renan law, you all must pledge your allegiance to me.
How?
So you expect us to serve you now, my lord? If you respect the Renan rule of law, then yes, that is precisely correct. Of course we shall follow your orders, Lord Dohalim. That... really?
Oh, wow!
Holy crap, I can't believe that worked.
So then,
These men should... this should suffice for the time being. Let's bring these men into the barracks and then speak with Gagne once more.
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
actually, they were abiding Renan hierarchy, not me personally.
Well, either way, it solved the problem, and that's what counts.
Damn, I spent so much on that Searing Gale because I knew there were only 2 enemies and I could just clip them both with it and pretty much nuke them from orbit. Nuke them before they nuke me. Heh.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay calm for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Geneth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Dahnans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Dahnans, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it! They killed us! Why do they get to live after so many of us have died? The bastards should die! Every last one of them!
I know how you feel, Gagne. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. That goes for Dahnans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes. But all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Ganya.
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However, what I'm even more worried about is what will happen to them after that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volron was to them?
Probably revenge.
What happened to Ganeth Haros is the worst form of oppression we've seen, but treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
LENEGIS aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dahna.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, it's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should just act as if nothing happened?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
Exactly. Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Dahnans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, but we need to take this one battle at a time.
Heartfelt shield title. Increase aggro while guarding. Okay. Slag assault.
Glad that work's taken care of.
I don't think we're done just yet. I want you all to stick around a little longer. There might still be people who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, it's not like your mind will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so. But I'll still take that burden over living life as a puppet serving others. That's why I want to do everything I can to help these people.
Oh?
Oh, it's you again. I wonder what today's recipe will be. What? You're getting ahead of yourself, young miss. Come on, Gorgeno. We all know where this is heading. You have me there indeed. I've come across an incredible recipe buried deep in the bowels of Pelegion's mighty fortress.
That's great.
Wherever it is, I don't think it'll ever satisfy your apparently insatiable hunger to hunt for recipes in places like that. Well, as it so happens, I met a sailor back in Mahagsar. He let me borrow a boat, and then I was here before I knew it. What? You rode that boat all the way here? That's right, but more importantly, what I found in that castle is a forbidden recipe, sealed away since ancient times.
What?
Forbidden, you say? What reason could anyone have had for locking it away for all these years? I haven't the faintest idea. That's why we must make it, so we can find out. So I ask you all to gather me ingredients once more. However, being such an old recipe, its directions are written rather obtusely. Calls for something white, soft, and fluffy, simulating powder, neither swine nor hare meat, and finally...
Yes!
Also something white, soft, and fluffy. Why does it ask for that twice? My guess is that one of them simply refers to rice.
Nice.
Or maybe the recipe is calling for double the normal amount of rice. Sounds okay to me. I don't think they'd write it like that if that were the case. I'm pretty sure all those ingredients can be found in Ganeth Haros, so can I count on you to fetch some? We'll keep our eyes peeled.
Sorry.
What? Actually, we'd be more than happy to handle it. I don't have them all yet. What she said. Oh, dependable as always, and I shall let you two get to work. Good luck. Oh no. How am I supposed to find everything?
White, soft, and fluffy items. Is that description supposed to be figurative or literal?
Let's check anything in the area that looks edible.
I think one of them might be rat pig meat. Okay, there's a wounded person here that I somehow missed. Thank you. I'm going to return to work gathering food now. Sashimi recipe, huh? Monkey Zoo will manage to knock me out for a lookout. From now on, I'm staying on solid ground and standing guard at the village entrance. Raging Storm Beak, okay.
I'm glad I made it in time.
I wish I could use healing arts.
Rice, I think. Or wait, what if we used wheat and... No, potatoes! I can't decide!
Are you seriously thinking about food again?
No, I'm planning battle tactics.
Tactics, huh?
She sure likes her carbs. But this time we have to cook sashimi. Whoa, we don't actually have a whole lot of sea bream. I gotta rectify that. Experience boost.
This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot. All right, it's done. Apologies for the wait, you guys.
That's a lot of fish you've cut up again, Kisara.
That's because I caught so many earlier. If you're going to eat them, it's best to do it while they're still fresh.
Was it difficult slicing up that many fish?
No, I'm used to it. It's no big deal for me at this point.
I know I probably shouldn't be saying this after all the trouble you went through, but I've never really understood the appeal of sashimi.
Oh, I'm sorry, Law. I didn't realize. I only make it because it's an easy way to deal with big catches when I fish.
You haven't done anything wrong, Kisara. Law, if you don't like the flavor, you're always welcome to add some of my spices to it.
Hey, yeah, that might work. I'll just put some of this here.
What's wrong, Law? I've never seen someone jump up and sprint off that fast.
He ran as soon as he took a bite of that sashimi.
Was he crying because of the taste?
I don't think the sashimi is the problem here, guys.
Everyone has a conversation. The hell? How am I supposed to deal with that?
Shionne, could we talk a moment?
Hey, do you have time to talk? There's something I need to ask you.
Of course. What's up?
It's about the doll I used to have as a little girl. I gave it some more thought, and I still don't remember actually receiving it from anyone.
You were so little. I don't think it's that surprising you've forgotten, is it?
Yeah, but here's the thing. That doll was so old, I'm starting to think I just always had it with me from the start. I know that it's extremely unlikely, but after last time we talked, it got me thinking. Maybe you brought the doll that child made with you to LENEGIS.
I couldn't be.
Are you saying you didn't? Look, logically speaking, I know it's a lot more likely that you didn't bring it with you than you did. But you can't say for sure you didn't, right? Crazier things have happened. I always thought I'd be alone, only to end up meeting you, and Law, and Rinwell, and Kisara, and Dohalim. Sometimes things happen in life that we never thought possible.
You make a good point. I left everyone and everything I knew behind 300 years ago. But now, I'm not so alone anymore.
Exactly. You crossed all those centuries to find all of us, so...
Why can't a little doll have made the same jump too?
Right? Look, it's up to you to decide if there's any meaning behind all of this. But I choose to think there is.
Yeah, I think so too. There's something beautiful about the whole thing that simply can't be denied.
I'm looking forward to breakfast.
Catch and fillet.
Where are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you do. Though I'm not sure why you're biting my head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganath Harrows.
I know that, but our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shionne?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
Hey, what the hell happened to him? He's no longer with us. He always looked like he was struggling with his health, but still. He was so close to finally living like the normal human being too.
No way!
Damn! Does he have any living relatives? Just his mom. I think she lives in that area over there.
Alright.
God, I'll break the news to her. Was it the fruit of hell again?
Having to inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then who? That's why we have to find her.
Okay, friend to the animals because I managed to raise some rat pigs.
Hey, look! We've got way more animals!
I never imagined Law would have a knack for husbandry.
Makes sense since they're on the same wavelength.
You're making me blush over here.
Law, maybe you should consider what that statement actually means.
Sorry.
Excuse me, ma'am. I have some bad news. It's your son. He's...
Yes.
It's okay, I know. You do? Then what are you doing? I have work that must be done today, since my son can no longer work. It's like this here too, huh?
Alright.
Or get about your work, or better yet, think of tending to your son as your task for today. Very well, I'll get to work.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
Because that's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it. I know that, but...
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There are Zoogles roaming around out there. We should follow after her. Yes!
Well, it's about time. This should be everything the recipe asked for. Yes, I see. Rice here, spices, raw pig meat, and... Is that... that other white, soft, and fluffy thing?
Right.
Yeah, it's called tofu. Apparently you make it by taking the liquid from soybeans and solidifying it.
Very nice.
Oh, fascinating. I can't wait to see how it tastes. I know, I'm really curious. I had a lot of trouble bringing this stuff back without Shionne stealing it and eating it.
Yes!
Well, here's the recipe. Go ahead and fix this mabo curry so we can find out why it was forbidden.
Right.
Right, we'll get right on it.
Just a minute.
Hold your horses, Alphen. I'll decide how much spice we put in it. If we let you decide, it'll tear a hole through our stomachs. Fine.
Great!
Alright, it's all done. I made sure to give Shionne an extra large serving. Oh, look at that beautiful dish. It smells just as divine too. Now let's see how it tastes.
What?
Whoa, this is...
Yes!
exalting, fulfilling, liberating. Absolutely. Exquisite. I'm in heaven. This masterpiece is surely the key to realizing world peace.
Great!
So basically, you really like it is what I'm getting here. Great, and let's go ahead and... Oh, you're already eating, huh, Shionne? Delicious. I love how the different spices complement each other. And this soft, mild tofu gives it a nice texture.
Hey.
Do you agree this tastes great too, Alphen?
No way!
Oh no, this is bad.
Oh?
Bad? I thought you liked spicy food. This is really bad. Forgive me, Shionne. This is absolutely...
Hey.
Stop, you're embarrassing yourself.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
How?
Embarrassing indeed.
Amazing!
I'm sorry, it's hard to put into words just how good this tastes. It makes me want to get up and jump for joy. Ho, now you're starting to understand what I've been trying to teach you. I never would have imagined such an overwhelming dish could ever exist. I can already feel myself getting addicted to it.
Yes!
Now I see, this may very well be why it was branded a forbidden recipe in ages past. Perhaps even great wars were fought over it, or perhaps not. Likely not, the more I think about it.
Hey.
Better make sure you don't eat too much of this stuff, Shionne, or you might regret it. I'll be fine. Besides, I prefer to eat with bread, so...
What?
So what? What difference does that make? I feel completely and utterly satisfied. I can leave this realm with no regrets. Having now visited each of the realms, I'm not sure where to travel next. LENEGIS? Oh no, he's actually going to LENEGIS, isn't he? But I sense fate shall bring us together again one day. Until next time, farewell. Mabo curry recipe.
Alpin! Shionne stuffing bread with mabo curry!
Now I can eat this every day.
Jeez, Shionne, you're hooked on that stuff.
Yes.
Now get started. Bring me some fire. What? Wait, you intend to burn your child? That's right, that's how you do it. I don't understand. Wouldn't a more formal funeral procession be more appropriate? I'm sorry, have I done something wrong? Tell me, do you have no custom where relatives of the deceased may say their final farewells? Not really. How could we on Dahna? Until recently, our people were too busy toiling away to think of burial rites. Among Renans, it's customary for relatives to send their remains out into the heavens. Why not introduce such a practice to Dahna? We believe that in doing so, the deceased spirit shall join the flow of astral energy that travels the cosmos. We could never do something like that. It's the last chance for the bereaved to see their loved ones. Surely something that should be done to honor their memory. But death is part of everyday living for us Dahnans. You really think we're going to ship bodies into space somehow every single day? I simply felt that something more ought to be done. When the Renans still ruled over us, we didn't even know if it was safe to build grave sites. As bodies decompose, they can spread diseases. We didn't have any other choice in how we could bury our people. Rinwell. Don't think for a second I've forgiven everything the Renans did to us. Tell me, Alpin, do you know why none of us have last names like them? Let me tell you why. It's because we outnumber them, and they deny us our culture to stop us from uniting against them. Enough. Your people steal so much from us as it is, and on top of that, you have the gall to try and make us live like you too. If you hate it so much, why don't you just turn them all hollow? That's enough. No more. LENEGIS could strike at any time, and here we are fighting among ourselves. We're all well aware of the suffering and hatred we each harbor. If we're going to coexist, we have to come to recognize each other's differences. That's what we're all working together to achieve, to bring an end to this whole system and begin to live together side by side. That's what I believe, and that's why I'm here. If any of you think differently, then be my guests and leave. I'll break down every last barrier, you don't have to do it alone. Indeed. I sincerely apologize, I consider you a true friend, but it appears I have yet to reckon with our people's dark history in earnest.
I'm afraid not.
Rinwell, I completely accept the blame in all of this. Words can I express how very sorry I am for clearly offending you so deeply.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for lashing out at you as hard as I did, Dahnan. I guess I'm still working through a lot of emotions. I know you're only thinking about what was best for our son too.
Rinwell.
Rinwell, I'd like you to teach me about the culture and history of this planet. Perhaps that will help us begin to bridge the gap.
Huh?
Sure, I don't mind. Could you maybe teach me about Renan too, then, please? You two are more alike than you realize sometimes. I'm glad we were able to patch things up. We've lost enough good people along the way as it is. We're sorry for destruction. Let's lay our son to rest. We'll do it the Dahnan way.
Good.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for granting me that task. Don't mention it. It's the least we could do for you as his mom. Well, it's because of you, my son is at peace now.
Right.
Rest assured, we intend to build a future for this world that would make him proud.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alpin.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressive, sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right? However you managed it, you knocked some sense into Rinwell and Dahnan, and that mother.
Yeah. I can see my decision to travel with you was well made.
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way, hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is, sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, Law.
You're welcome?
Oh, my hair's gone all frizzy.
It's the humidity. Here, let me comb it out for you.
Thanks, I mean, Kisara.
Where's Mabo Curry? Heal after battle, but I have very little rapid meat. I'll have to farm it up over time.
I came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised. After mastering countless recipes and gathering enough ingredients to last a lifetime, I finally cooked my greatest, grandest masterpiece. Mabo Curry! This is a specially made, one-of-a-kind batch. It contains only the best combination of spices, chosen after a lot of trial and error.
Your...
Spices.
I think I'll have some later after everyone else. I'm not that hungry right now.
You sure?
It does smell pretty tasty now that you mention it.
The heat from the spices is intense, but not persistent, so it's easy to go back for seconds.
You're making a good case for your curry, Alphen. What the hell? Serve me up!
Oh wow, this is actually good.
To be honest, I'm a little scared how my stomach will handle all these spices later. But they really do bring out the flavor.
Indeed. The spiciness has been so finely tuned. Why, I dare say you've made true art, Alphen.
Right? I knew you guys would like it.
Like it? I love it! This is delicious, man!
Law, really? Don't talk with your mouth full.
There's plenty for everyone, so eat as much as you like.
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going to need more long-term aid than we can provide on our own.
You're right. We need to ask the other realms to send help, and fast. Another reason to hurry and find a way out of Ganath Haros.
Agreed. We'll start looking for a way out tomorrow. For now, we should spend the day resting up while we can.
Thanks for your hard work. You're free to rest here if you like. Yeah, alright.
What?
What's that noise?
Alphen, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Huh?
Is that like the world tree going berserk, sort of? Looks similar, but not quite the same. Yeah, it looks very tree-like. Oh no, is this siphoning astral energy from all across the world?
What's happening to Renan and LENEGIS?
It looks like LENEGIS is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dahna.
Not just into Dahna, but her own resistance too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dahna is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsif too. You saw her, right, Shionne? Shionne?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelegion.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renan top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganeth Haros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We ask around. Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge dropped down on Dahna, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Hold on. A lot just happened here, so let's take a minute. For now, let's focus on one thing at a time.
I bet the whole of Dahna's losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated, as if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pelegion seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave, that's for sure.
Whatever LENEGIS is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dahna's astral energy as we speak. Come on, we don't have much time.
Whoa, we're actually completely banned from teleporting anywhere. You're trying to get to the other realms without a sturdy boat. There isn't much you can. Wait, I take that back. Remember when the elders who recently started talking a little mentioned something? Apparently back in the day, there used to be a way to get through the Foreland Mountains, but not anymore. What could it have been? That miscolored wall from back then Lab 2. I think that might have been it. You trying to find a way out to the other realms? Can't say I ever heard anything about that. If we knew anything like that, we wouldn't have had to hunker down in Thistlym. When that thing dropped out of LENEGIS, the sound, oh my, I thought the mountains were collapsing.
Where are these Foreland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lave 2 marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.
Okay, it's okay. It's really okay. You don't have to freak out, right? Really? I'm scared. We have to run. What is it? What's going on? Recently, everyone's finally learned to be responsible for what's happening around them. Unfortunately, the thing they're responding to the most right now is what they see up in the sky. It couldn't have happened at the worst time. I like to clean. It helps me forget my troubles. Like that big, scary satellite in the sky.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Is this really all I should be doing? Things are still going slow, but I'm learning I don't like being ordered around so much. Things are looking pretty crazy outside. I wonder what's going on. I can't stand around waiting for somebody to give me orders. I have to take life into my own hands and save myself. We're free now. We can run away if we want to. There's no one to stop us. We have to we can't depend on anyone else. We have to decide what we want to do, or else we'll be in deep trouble. Can we run away from here? We can, can't we? No one's gonna stop us? Yeah, I want to run. I want to run far away from here. What should we do? Can someone give us some directions? We're so lost. I trust you all know what you're doing. What's happening? Don't tell me that Lord Volron's coming back. What the heck is happening up in the sky? I've never seen anything like it. It's probably in our best interest to run, but is someone going to get mad if we drop everything and leave? I understand what's most important right now, and that is to think on my own, to make my own choices. So pretty, scary yet, but really pretty. The sea's getting restless these days, almost like it's responding to what's happening up in the sky. You can still see it all the way from here.
Huh? I think someone's calling out for us.
They could have something they need from us.
No way.
Notio, is that you? You're finally home.
All right.
Forgive me, I do believe you have the wrong person. My name is Dahnan. As it so happens, I'm new to this area. Oh, are you the ones who drove out those Zoogles? I'm so sorry, my mistake. Right now, it appears there's something troubling you, however. If it's not too much to ask, will you mind telling me a little about this Notio fellow of yours? I can't, Is it hard to discuss? As you can see, we're but a roving band of misfits. We've seen much on our travels, so we don't shock easily. Well, in that case, my name is Kagari. Notio's my lover, only he's a Renan.
You don't say.
I see. I can understand why you're hesitant, then. I think it's something happened to him. Up until several months ago, we used to meet in secret out of the village. Seriously? He didn't try to rat you guys out, did he? But ever since then, he hasn't returned. He sounded completely normal last time, though. I don't know what's going on. Oh, Notio, whatever might have happened to you? Anyway, he works at the garden Pelegion. I'm afraid he might have, well...
Stay calm.
Stay calm. There could be any number of reasons why he hasn't returned. Could it be that he got brainwashed by Volron? In any case, your story intrigues me. I feel personally invested now. We shall investigate this ourselves and get to the bottom of it. Really? You do that for me?
Good.
Gladly. Leave this matter to us. For now, we shall make our way to Pelegion. Any records we find out should tell us just where he went. Good idea. With that, we shall be on our way. With any luck, we should have a good news before long.
Sure.
Yes, thank you. Missing lover.
Perhaps you shouldn't have gotten your hopes up.
I felt moved by people whose love transcended the boundaries of race. I wanted to hope.
I can see why you'd feel that way, I suppose.
This is terrible. Our coastline is a wreck.
Huh?
What's wrong, sir? An enormous bird keeps whipping up these enormous twisters and ruining everything. That sounds like a Zoogle to me. What a shame. It used to be so peaceful along here.
Ridiculous.
Just see all that flood sand and jet sand that's washed ashore. They say birds like shiny objects, don't they? I guess flying Zoogles must think like birds. At any rate, we can't go fishing while those twisters are around. We're in deep trouble. We'll see what we can do. Don't worry, sir. We'll blow those pesky tornadoes back to where he came from.
Right.
If it's a bird Zoogle we're dealing with, I'll make it a nice and easy target for me, too. Goodness, aren't you two such brave young women? If you really intend to visit the shoreline, do be careful. Seaside tornadoes. Giant bird Zoogles. Why are there so many gigants all of a sudden? It's getting kind of crazy.
Hello.
Me again, Gagne. I see you're so well. You people again. Don't worry, I haven't gotten hungry since then. I've been thinking, though, about what it takes to believe and trust in people.
I see.
That's a rare, profound question to contemplate. Forgive us for interrupting you in the middle of all that. However, we're looking for something. We seek any records or paperwork that the Renan forces may have once maintained. Can you think where they may have kept such things? Records like these?
Oh.
Yes, exactly like those. Thank you. You saved us a considerable amount of time and effort. It's fine. I trust you won't do anything bad with them. Let's see. Notio. Ah, here we are.
What?
Mission: determining Lord Volran's whereabouts. Last transmission received from Menancia. Here's communication was caught up and he's been deemed missing for some time. This hardly bodes well. So, obviously an easy enough region for us to look for him, but where we'll find him is another matter. He might have gone to some other region by the time we get there. Wait, judging by this location, could that soldier we met by the pond have been him?
I see.
It may well be onto something. Shionne, may I ask you guys there?
Yeah.
Sure, but you'll owe me one later. Pond. Wait, you mean that guy who was fishing?
Volran's whereabouts. Don't they know where their own sovereign is?
Considering we've come across him the world over, he's likely been operating on his own for a while now.
Maybe even his own subordinates were just toys to him.
Volran just sent this guy on a wild goose chase? Seriously? Maybe he knew Notio was flirting with a Dahnan woman, and Volran decided to punish him by sending him in all the way to the other side of the world. Turns out I missed an orange shell here last time. Maybe because I was already capped. Why does this guy look so eerie? Just looking at it makes me feel concerned. Heading up to the coast? Watch yourselves. That place is littered with Zoogles. She won't lay any eggs. Maybe it has something to do with whatever's going on in the atmosphere. Where do we run if not even the village is safe anymore? It's not like there's anywhere else for me to go, so I'm just going to stay here rather than run around freaking out over what might happen. What the hell is with the sky? Is this the apocalypse or something? Yeah, I'm curious to see what it's like now, but I'm too scared to actually make the trip. You're almost ripe. Any day now. The harvest's just around the corner and I can't wait. I have to keep constant watch over the crops to make sure that bad insects don't devour them. With this whole disaster situation going on, who knows how long we'll be able to keep living in hiding. I guess maybe nowhere is really safe no matter where you try to hide. I hope everyone in Pelegion's okay. For better or for worse, from the look of things, it seems this village really will be my final resting place. I'm scared, the sky looks so weird. What's happening? Is everyone gonna die? The least we can do for you all is give you somewhere to rest. If you ever need to stop by here, please don't hesitate to come in. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Tales of Arise. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.